We've already lost this war with Iran, by the way. We've already lost. Like, there's no way we haven't, because mountains are going to win this war for them. Mountains give them a strategic advantage, because have you seen Iran? Have you ever seen a topographical map of that place? It looks like this. If you ever played Lord of the Rings Risk, it looks like Mordor. Like, literally, there's a depression in the middle where everyone is, and then there's just mountain ranges all the way around the whole entire country. And into those mountain ranges, they have dug tunnels and caves and systems so vast we have no concept. We have no idea. And you can't get to them with bombs or missiles, even bunker busters, because they're underneath mountains. And in those mountains, they have what they call missile cities. And missile cities contain drones. And they're drones, which is basically like a suicide drone that just flies right into it, blows up, right? It's a super simple system, really easy to make. It costs about $20,000 to $35,000 a pop. And they can make 500 of them in a day. And the thing we use to intercept those costs $4 million. And we can make about 600 of them a year. We've already lost this war. Because if we can't take them out strategically with missiles, if we can't reach all of these cities of missiles with our bunker busters, what choice do we have? A ground invasion? We're gonna send troops in, really? To this place? How are they gonna get there? With helicopters and stuff? Because inside of those missile cities, they could just, they have the high ground advantage, guys. Do you know why D-Day was so difficult? It was because the Germans had built these bunkers at the tops of these hills, so that when they came towards the ocean to try and land, there were people totally protected that had machine guns and stuff that they could just rain down fire without even a risk of being taken out, because they had the high ground advantage. And that was just a little cliff. We're talking about mountains. We're talking about 10 to 12,000 foot tall mountains, which I'm very acquainted with, and they're big, and there's a whole lot of space out there, and there's only certain paths that you can take, right? The mountain itself, the canyon dictates where you can and can't go. Especially in a situation like that, you're not just gonna scramble up the front of a mountain, dude. So a ground invasion in Iran is literally ludicrous. Like, it makes no sense and has no chance. So what option are they left with then, y'all? In these desperate times, as they start to lose, as they're spending $4 million to try and take down a $20,000 bomb. We're gonna tire of that really quickly, right? And people are gonna get desperate, right? And certain people like to make a name for himself, right? You tell me that he doesn't know he's on his way out. You tell me that he would not love to let one of those fly before he goes, as the second person only to ever do that. I'm telling you right now, if you think I'm wrong, you're delusional. I think people are actively trying to stop him. I think they told us that about the first term, didn't they? Wasn't there stories going around about how people have to constantly stop him, try and talk him out of just taking us into needless war because he thinks it would be cool? And now his dementia is 5 years further advanced and is, holy crap, unraveling so insanely, to the point where even mainstream media is starting to address it finally. Iran has been preparing for this. Iran has been excited for this, I bet. The guy even said, we're waiting for him to come over. Send him over. Red Rover, like, we're ready, dog. Y'all are not. They don't even have to have a nuclear threat. All they have to do is be able to disrupt the world's economies. And oh my goodness sakes, can you imagine that they already have? I don't think people understand how big a deal the Strait of Hormuz is, y'all. It's a really, really big deal. It matters so much that it's crazy. And I don't know, it's gonna get real wild, man. And that's why we're all gonna die.